All right, we are back with a treat for you guys. So, wasn't really sure about the status of the match between Team Carbon and Project Final, but it turns out we are able to catch game number 2 here. Team Carbon up currently 1 games to 0. Well, I feel like such an idiot when I say games when it's only one, but indeed that is what I did. So I'm Pythian. I'm here with Gems, and we haven't really seen too much from Team Carbon this tournament. They've been doing very well, and I guess yesterday they were up against Team Oxygen in the finals of Agora's Rising. Is that true?
No, they lost a
Ah,
lot
darn it! I
earlier.
got it
It was against
wrong.
it was against Team Reborn against Oxygen
Ooh.
out fairly early on.
I
If
actually
I
have to go
believe
real
correctly.
quick. I'll be right back, but you can introduce the team. Sound good?
Okay, yeah, no problem. And on Team Carbon, we have Detroit on Howitzer, Nerf Mundo on the Decker, Yo and Mikey on Rampage, Sparrow with Klinghoffer and Rushus on the Grux. And on Team Project, we got Kerios on Steel, PF Kill on Twin Blast, Kivo on Muriel, Optimus Prime on Murdoch, and Virilax on the Chimera. We're going to be looking at this game, and it's going to be a good game, hopefully. Carbon have got the early game advantage, and as you can see, Nerf Mundo just clearly farming up a little bit in the left lane with the Sparrow. Hopefully, he's going to get the stun, and hopefully, we can get some good gameplay going in this match. And let's take a look at their builds, since Pythian can't show you any of their builds. All standard starts, except Team Project have elected to go for a couple more Scouts wards, which I quite like. It's not the best start, but it's really good early game control of the map. And right lane, I know you can't watch it currently, but Virilax with a really strong an early game Yankers Chimera, hitting that level 2 and just going for that kill.
All right, I'm sure you saw that kill.
Yeah, but it's not on stream, so.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys.
No worry.
Real talk here. I'm building a streaming computer right now, and Amazon is supposed to deliver a package, and they said it was delivered, but it was not. So, thanks, Amazon. You're the best.
And Virilax, he's got that early game kill on Chimera, and the kill's gone to Optimus Prime, so it's going to be a big early game advantage on this Murdoch, and I love the double carry setup. It's the first one we've seen, I think, of the day. It used to be a lot more common, and it's kind of fallen off with how many bruisers can just deal with these carries, and I like to see the fact that they brought this back in.
So, other than the double carry style, is there anything that we should be looking out for from these teams?
Well, Team Carbon are a pretty new team in terms of their lineup. They've had a bit of ups and downs. They've changed their lineup a number of times, and I think currently they have what looks to be a pretty stable lineup. And they have the Decker Howie combo, which I love. It's such a straightforward strategy. You know what they're going to be trying to do in every single fight, but it's so difficult to stop. And we're just going to hopefully see Rustress here getting that smash and grab.
Yeah, he does
on the
manage to
Murdoch.
hit one. Yeah, right there. Optimus, he's just got that gun going, but he's bleeding a lot. Grux is just running after him and doesn't really want to go for the man fight, I guess. I just kind of backs up from it. A little bit surprising from Rustress. I thought he might have had the damage, but I guess when you're just running after a ranged hero, it's sometimes difficult to keep that move speed up as a melee.
The problem really wasn't that he didn't have the damage on me. Just couldn't risk being collapsed on because of travel mode and how quickly people collapse on. And Nerf, bit of a pickle right now.
Yeah,
in
but
the
he
left
has the
lane.
rest of his team backing up. Mikey is just going to run up with the fists and go right after Villerex. And they're going to keep going. Detroit, he's up with the howitzer, knocks the Chimera back, and Chimera is going to try to get some good stacks up, but he's in between 3 different heroes. There's just no way for him to get out, and that's going to be a nice kill for Team Carbon to get early here.
And what I'd love to see here now is Russ just to go on the offensive. He's seen your team fight in that left lane. You know where they are. No, it's no problem. And sorry about that.
No worries. I'm sure you got something going on there, just like I did a couple minutes ago, so it's only fair. And we're not really terribly serious casting this. It's just a lot of fun to watch, and all we want to do here is to watch some people play Paragon and hopefully find some new strategies with it, because watching the pros play is one of the best ways that people can get better at the game.
Yeah, exactly what we need for the community right now. We need to get all these people. We need to showcase the talent we have in this game, and what better way to do it with streaming these tournaments with all these players just being able to show off their skills in this game and how much they practice it. And it's fun to watch, and I'm sure everyone's enjoying it as well.
Well, I hope we have a lot of skills that are showcased, because you know what ends up happening. A lot of players, they sometimes don't really showcase their skills. They kind of showcase their fails, which is also fun to watch.
Well, it is fun. It can be a bit demoralizing, but what I love to see even better than that is players who have maybe struggled a bit in recent times coming back and proving how strong they can actually be. Going back, practicing, and coming back even stronger than ever is just always a good sight to see.
Well, we'll see if
Currently,
these players are able to come back from it. Currently, even on kills, and teams are just really focused on trying to farm up. 6 minutes, black buff is going to spawn, so that'll be pretty quickly taken by Team Carbon. Just gonna get it on the Sparrow, and she'll try to push it in.
They've been farming. Oh, Team Carbon's been farming pretty well. There's 20 farm ahead in the early stages of the game, which is actually quite big, and they're going to be taking that advantage that they have to hopefully get an early game fight, and it's going to be really good for them.
And here we see our first Twin Blast of the day. Is there a reason this hero is picked up less than the Sparrow or Murdoch?
Twin Blast kit is really good, but since the recent damage nerf and the nerfs to his jump, he really needs to snowball in the early game, and that's where his problem lies in. It is really tricky to farm with him in the early game because of his low base damages, and it's also tricky for him to be able to consistently kill anyone because he has such a weak damage in the early stages. And a bit of steal, maybe a bit too aggressive right there.
Maybe, but he does have the shield to put down, and he's very close to his tower, so I think he's being pretty safe right now.
Again, it's 6 minute mark, Klinkhoff at 7 minute mark. Klinkhoff is sitting with that black buff. They're going to want to just get some stacks on it as early as they can. And, well, Detroit, they've dropped into jungle. Yeah, I think they're going to be able to defend this. Team Carbon's elected just to steal their jungle, which is a good way of slowly building an advantage while you wait for the next minion wave to come up to the tower.
Still got the 1v1 going on the right side of the map between Grux and Murdoch while all this is going on. The mid lane's been evacuated, so Muriel gets a little bit more help. She's also got presence around the map where she can just use the ROF to really just flit everywhere as Muriel and help her team out, basically regardless of her map position. So this
what I love about it.
Yeah, go on.
There's a huge combo by this Howie, and it's that steal down, dropping down to the Howie right now.
Yeah.
Viralax not in a prime position. Muriel ult was just a bit too late. Reversal Fortune not going to be saving Viralax that much, and hopefully this is the tower for Team Carbon in this match.
Yeah, only a little bit damage done by the long armor of the wand. The tower is very low, should be pretty easy to take it down, especially with the black buff still held by Sparrow. But these heroes are a bit far in here. Can they find anything else? Howie's being aggressive. He's trying to go for the Twin Blast. He says, "You cannot get away from me, sir. I'm going to keep trying to hit you." And the rocket, it finds the kill. And the shower of Amber Orbs comes right towards Detroit.
Yeah, while Team Project have a really nice comp in theory, they did not pull that off as they needed to. They essentially had a 4v5, 4.5 versus 4 fight in that left lane because of the long arm of the law from Murdoch and the reversal fortune from Muriel. Should they have timed those together, they would have had a slight advantage in terms of numbers of people because they'd at least have the damage from the Murdoch from the blue lane, but they didn't pull it off. Team Carbon took the advantage and cleared that tower. And we're going to see them. They already have a 6-point lead on some of the players. Mikey and Detroit sitting on 15, whereas the rest of the team, they're all hitting 15 now. I think a recent Harvester helped, and it's just going to be pretty good. Now, speaking of Harvesters, all 3 of the neutral ones are up. Neither team have gone for them, and I think Team Projects really need them right now.
Yeah, with their lack of lead right now, it would really help them to go for a couple of these Harvesters. Now, they might get taken down pretty quickly, but just having that available to them to keep them from getting further behind, as well as possibly giving them an advantage if they can find it. They're actually going to look for... well, Team Carbon is going to find Villarex inside of the jungle. Chimera, stun misses. But Deca's just going to keep circling around, puts the slowdown, and Chimera gets a nice ROF from the Muriel. Are they able to go in on this anymore? Rampage, he goes in with the ultimate. He's going to be regenerating quite a bit here. Jumps forward. He'll take down the Chimera, and maybe they find anything more here. So many body blocks from the Rampage. He's got the rest of his team there to back him up. Another smash and grab. Easy kill. And Rampage's big, luscious, delicious body just blocking off that entryway for Project Final.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bad spot to fight for both teams, to be honest. They don't particularly want it, but Team Carbon took the advantage there with the cow points. And this is an early OP buff. They're going for this at 10 minutes, right on spawn. And they're probably going to get it.
Yeah, it does take a while for them to kill, but they're doing quite a bit of damage, and there really isn't anything Project Final can do about this kill. Like, maybe they come in here and try to do something, but I feel like that only works towards Team Carbon's favor. Like, if Project Final come anywhere close, it's just more death.
Yeah, it's really smart thinking by Team Carbon, just taking this early on, but they're going to get such... just from taking it, it gives a hell of a lot of global card power to everyone on this when they clear it, and now they get to push it, to potentially place it and push that advantage they currently have. They're sitting on 21 points on Mikey. He is going to be unkillable in this game.
I hope that you didn't just curse him. You just said he was unkillable, but if he gets killed in the next 2 minutes, it's your fault, and I'm going to call you out on it again.
No problem, but Mikey sitting on a lot of health and armor. Not too much damage. He's got that flash fire piston with 421 in it, so it hits that 9 points, sweet 9 points. But Amulet of the Veteran with health and a bit of damage and Temper Plate with health and armor stacked in with cheap upgrades means he's going to be pretty tricky to kill.
Yeah, pretty tricky is not unkillable. You're going to eat your words pretty soon.
Let's hope I don't. But looking at the builds, Klinghoffer's gone for early offensive maneuvers on Sparrow. It's a bit of early game survivability. It's a strong card for the points that you don't put many upgrades in. And then the rest of his build is early upgrades on the adamant edges of the second adamant edge that hasn't got any upgrades in just as yet. I maybe would have liked to have seen the second adamant completed over the offensive maneuvers, but you can't deny how much stats offensive maneuvers gives you.
Yeah, just a huge advantage for Team Carbon right now. They're pushing in this left lane very far. They're getting very close to the drop-off spot. Steel's gonna put the shield down, and Optimus, he's gotta run out of his hole to the side there. Man, it's going to be a hard defense, and I think they might just have to back up from this drop-off, and Rampage is just going to go over there. And at that point, I think they're ready to fight. Smash and Grab pulls the two heroes back in, PF kill. He's going to go right into the fight, and Karios charges forward. A nice Muriel ROF is going to knock a couple of heroes up, but PF, he's down. Just a Twin Blast without a home, not able to stand against any kind of damage. And Team Carbon just beautifully break up this fight into two parts. They isolate heroes, and the last one alive, it's going to be Steel. And can they take him down? Howitzer goes under tower a little bit. They'll knock him out. Smash and Grab. It pulls him in. It's going to be the full 5-man team wipe. Team Carbon just wipe their faces into the ground.
This is going to be an inhib for Team Carbon, and it's looking like another dominating today. And I really want to see much more closer matches. I want to see these players fighting for this Community Cup, and hopefully Team Carbon can be up to the challenge if they take this match. But
yeah,
it looks like they're going for the win.
Looks like our co-caster is defeat. He's already admitted defeat for Project Final right now. And, well, Team Carbon, they're just going to back up a little bit. They have two towers in each lane to take down, so still a long road to the inhibitors for them, but you saw how easy it was for them to take down that first one. And there's no Prime Orb around. This game is hard.
Yeah, the reason why I think it's going to be a Carbon game currently is because they still haven't actually taken these towers down. All these towers will be providing them even more CXP every time they take one down. And they're going to have to make a huge mistake for Team Projects to, be able to claw this back. And if they don't make any mistakes in this game, it should be theirs. But if they do, we're going to have to hope that Team Projects can capitalize on it as much as possible, because they've got a long wait ahead of them for the next All Prime.
Yeah, and look at this steal. He's trying to kill an orb, but he's going to have to back up very quickly. There's a couple of heroes charging down his neck, and Sparrow not getting it, but they are going to get a couple of rockets at his back. And Karios, he's trying to run away right now, but the Sparrow's still breathing down his neck. See if she's able to get the hit off. They are charging this down pretty far, but inside the lane as well. Rampage jumps on the Chimera. Chimera, he's just caught out right now. Detroit, he's a heat-seeking missile going for the kill. Chimera slowed down, feeling bad, and he's only level 9 on those blue heroes, but they just pack a punch at this point. Nerf Mundo rushes forward. And I think this might be the end. They could possibly go for the core right now. Rampage goes in the ultimate, and he's just going to tank everything right now. Howitzer goes for the ultimate. They want to take the core. They want to end this game as fast as possible. They want to book a date with Team Oxygen, and I think they might do it. Team Carbon, a couple of elements. We'll call it the Elemental Final as they 2-0 Project Final.
You know what they say? Oxygen has some carbon elements in it. And we saw that now with the 15 minutes commanding victory, and hopefully we get to see these two teams play against each other, and it's going to be a good match.
All right, so that sets your final. We've got Team Carbon playing Team Oxygen, and we should have that in hopefully a few minutes. I have no idea what schedule these teams are on, but we should be back fairly soon. Thank you all for watching. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow me on @PithyLegume, and then Gems has some weird thing that I'll post in the chat maybe. But thank you all for watching. And we got a grand final for you. Should be extremely exciting, and I cannot wait. As always, cheers.